After being super active in December, I took a big break and this is the comeback video. So wishing you all a very happy new year. Again, I know it's late, but I wished you already. So I think it's fine. And now let's begin. So this is the plan with me video for Feb, which many of you have requested already. And I'm so happy that I actually found the courage to sit and do it again. So hey guys, vanakkam and welcome back to another video of Keep Going. This is Benny and without any wait, let's get started. So first, even before we jump into planning for Feb, the first step that we do always is reflecting Jan. So in case you already have a plan or journal, well and good, take that. Else, don't worry, just take a notebook and write only these prompts, the answer to these questions that we'll be discussing in this video. And I think that's really a good start for you. So first, reflecting Jan. I have already done my reflections and made a note of that. So I will just share that with you. First thing is Jan, if I have to think about it as an overall month, it was a rest month for me where I was completely inactive on YouTube. Of course, I was active on Insta, but not on YouTube. So after so many videos in December, after all this chaos, after launching my 2026 planner and getting super busy towards the last 2 weeks of December, I took a big break in Jan. This is not a break that I actually planned, but it just happened. And the sad part was towards the mid of the year, I started feeling super guilty, super sad, super demotivated. I really didn't know how to even start again or how to even give a comeback again. So that's how sad and guilty I was. But the one good thing that I did was I actually posted a story in Instagram. As I said, I was pretty active there. And in case you're not following me on Instagram, please do follow me there because I'm really active over there. And the link is in the description. But yeah, coming back to this, when I was really down, I did post a story stating I really need some motivation, guys. And I think that's a really good thing that I did because I got so many messages from you and I'm like extremely grateful to each one of you. I did not respond to any of you that time because I wasn't in a position to do so, but I'm so grateful, so thankful to each one of you. I'll take this moment to actually say my gratitude, and I have also taken snips of them because whenever I feel low, now I can go back to read your messages, and that really gives me the energy to start again. Now coming to the good things that actually happened to me in Jan, though I was inactive here, was I did journal every single day, which means I had my me time every day, either in the end of the day or the morning the next day. Somehow I managed to do journaling every single day. And I think the good part of that was I gave myself the liberty to, you don't have to decorate it every day. Just write, just give yourself some 5 to 10 minutes to write whatever you want. And you can decorate it if you want, but you don't have to. So that's some kind of thing that I told myself when the year started. And surprisingly, I did end up decorating every single day because I think I had more time because I was not active here. I had so much of time left with me and I actually decorated and I enjoyed the process. So journaling was something I did every single day and I'm so grateful for that. And I also made sure to update my tracker, my 2026 planner, which has all those trackers. So I did update all of that genuinely. And today when I look back to see how the overall month was, it feels really good. And I will share how that tracker is updated also in this video towards the end. So don't miss it out. And then one big goal or one big priority for me for the year and for the month was Bible journaling. So initially I started doing Bible journaling and I completed a book also. But after that, I did not know what to choose next. And I took that as an excuse maybe. So not trying to justify that, but that was honestly the reason I did not journal for a few days. And then I couldn't start that habit again. And I ended up reading most of the days. But even, few days I did not read Bible also. Like for 4 or 5 days, I have all those details in my tracker. But yeah, that was pretty sad. But somehow I took the courage to start reading again at least. So journaling, I still haven't started after that, but I hope I will start it in Feb very soon. And I also started reading a book which is called The Feel Good Productivity. I'm adding this to my highlights despite the fact that I read only 25% of the book. It's because I did not read for a very long time, and starting that habit again itself was a challenge, but at least I have crossed 25% of the book, so I'm so grateful for that. And one major thing I did in Jan, I don't know if you guys will believe me, I'm not a movie person or not a person who watches C-drama, K-drama or any kind of dramas or series for that matter. Even if I watch, I'll watch that for 4 to 5 months to complete it completely, or I will, skip it in the middle. I will not complete the entire series. That's how bad I am. But in Jan, as I said, I had lot of time and I started watching so many of them. In case I have completed 2 C-dramas, which includes Sky Into Love and Everyone Loves Me. I've completed 2 K-dramas, which includes Business Proposal and Love Next Door. And I've also watched 2 movies, which is Girlfriend and Taleva. Taleva is a pretty old movie, but I don't know, for some reason I did watch it again. But yeah, seeing all this, I'm not a person like this at all. And I'm kind of sad that I spent so much of my time here because I wasn't active in YouTube. I wasn't active in my stationery page. I did not post even a single reel. Though I have pictures, videos of all my products, I did not take the effort to actually edit and upload them. But I actually watched so many of this, and I feel sad, but these were all feel good movies or dramas also. So yeah, this is how it was. In case you have watched any of these, let me know in the comments which was your favorite, or if there's anything else apart from this you would like to suggest me for the upcoming months, please let me know in the comments. But yeah, so this is something very different from a person like who I am, and yeah, something new. And now coming to the lowlights, the main lowlights for me was not being active on YouTube and on my Stationery Wonders page. Though I had all the resources to do, I chose not to do. Maybe I wanted that rest, so that's how I can call it now, but hopefully I don't do that in Feb. So this is how Jan was to me. So similarly, you guys also have to do a reflection on how Jan was to you. In case you did journal regularly, you will have a very good idea. In case you didn't do, maybe check your gallery. You might have some pictures to remind you of what are the things that you did in the month. That might help you. So somehow do a reflection for the month of Jan. And once that is done, figure out your highlights, your lowlights, and what went well, what didn't go well, what are your main priorities for the next month, what are the things that you're grateful for. So these are all the things that you have to do. I am yet to complete the what went well and what didn't go well because I'm waiting for the 31st, and that night I will be doing that. So yeah, that's how you have to do the reflections. And once this is done, we can jump into Feb. This is the Jan reflection page. I will be writing all that I spoke about, my highlights, lowlights and all in this page only. And we also have some space to write what went well and what didn't. I'm just waiting for the last 2 days to write and complete this particular layout. And once you're done with reflections, the next thing is we are going to plan for Feb. So here there is one empty page which you can use it to decorate with any quotes, word for the month, affirmation for the month, or any specific goals or something like that. So for this month, for Feb, for the very first time, I'm going to use this space as a bucket list. I'm going to write bucket list here and maybe add some random things that I want to do in the month of Feb. It can be as simple as cooking something for yourself, a date night, going somewhere you want, talking to your friend after so long, something like that. Very random list. I'm going to add it up here and maybe paste some stickers to enhance this look. So again, this is the first time I'm going to try something like that. So I will share this particular view to you in March plan with me because I haven't done this before and don't have a proper idea for now, but I'm just sharing you on how I'm planning to use particular layout. So I will share these details in the next plan with me. Let me know in the comments on how you're planning to use this layout because I'm just curious to know how different, we can use this particular one. So in this particular planner, we have this priority hub page where you can prioritize whatever you want to do for the month of Feb. In case you don't have this planner, you can just write it in your notebook or in your planner, however your layouts are. So I am not going to fill everything right now because I will take time to write whenever I feel like adding up stuff here. But with an very high level idea, whatever I have, I'll add it up in this page now. To add a little beauty to this page, I'm just going to use some pastel highlighters to add some color and then we'll begin. So this is how this view is currently. I have left a couple of things blank because I don't have an idea of what to write now. So maybe as the month progresses, I will get that updated. So if I have to start from priorities, you have 3 splits here, you, relationships and career. So here for me, I have just a written word of God because I want to spend more time there and self-love. For relationships, I just want to connect with my friends, and I also want to be kind because in Jan, since that month wasn't, a really good month to me, I actually was harsh to some of my dear ones. So I don't want to repeat that. So I want to be more kind. And for career also, I want to add more additional value. Currently, I'm just doing, the BAUs, but I want to put some effort additionally also. So that is what I've written, and my content plan, because that is somewhere I really lack. And then 5 good things about myself, whichever I felt good about me in the month of Jan. That is what I have written. And then in your kind of way, this you can, write it in different ways. I have just kept it very simple, so you can use your own creativity to enhance the look more. But here, these are the 5 things that I want in my ideal life. I think if I have these 5 things, then that is a pretty good day, which includes a slow morning, Bible reading, 1 hour of deep work, not to push me so hard, and then journaling and early to bed. So these are very 5 simple things that I want in an ideal day. And then date night, I have just written something randomly which came to my mind. And self-care plan, I have written some things or some habits that I want to incorporate in my life. I think that is also part of self-care, which includes drinking more water, getting good sleep, no screen time, doing a brain dump, because Jan, I felt I really missed doing brain dump. I did journaling, but I did not do a brain dump or morning pages, something like that. Maybe if I have done that, I would have felt much better. So for that reason, I've added that. And then skincare is again something which I take it so much for granted and I don't do it at all. So I've added that also here. And to let go of, I have written guilt for resting. As you all know, Jan was a month of resting, and I did have a lot of self-doubt and guilt, towards the mid-month. So I want to, let go of those kind of things from my mind. And I also started comparing my pace with so many other people, social media and around me. So I often say that you're not supposed to compare, but in Jan, when I was so idle, I ended up doing that, and that made me doubt myself even more. So I have to somehow stop comparing myself. And to build, I have added self-trust, because in Jan, I had so much of self-doubt and zero self-trust. So that's why I've added that. And then I want to plan ahead also, because I am actually a last minute person in everything I do. I think that is one habit I should let go of, and I have to start planning ahead. So I have added that. And here I don't have a pretty detailed idea of what I want to do, but I want to enhance my skills with video editing. And for books, I just have only one, which is Feel Good Productivity. I did start this book in Jan, and I am 25% done. Remaining, I have 75% more. So I just want to complete that book. Apart from that, I have added 2 dramas, which is in my wish list currently. And in case you have any good suggestions, please let me know in the comments. That will be really helpful. And apart from that, things to try. Okay, I have written Bible journaling here. You guys already know I do Bible journaling, but I do write it in a notebook and not in the Bible itself. But I have also purchased a Bible, or in fact, I got it as a gift, which is actually a journaling Bible. So you have space for journaling also in that. But I was really hesitant to start. I got it as a gift long back, but I don't know, for some reason I couldn't start using it, thinking of perfection and so much other stuff. So I think I have to, try doing it now at least, because it's already so long and I want to just get to experience how that kind of journaling feels like. Apart from that, this is calligraphy. This is again in my wish list for so long. I really wish I start that in Feb. So that's it about this page. Now let's move on to the next page, which is the monthly overview page. For Jan, I said I'm not going to use this particular page for birthdays, appointments and all. So I actually figured out what I did. I used it as a creative space where every day I drew something very, very randomly. There's no meaning to any of this, just that I added colors and it gave me some kind of peace. But a few days, like for 7th and 24th, I've actually sticked pictures only. Apart from that, everything was some random drawing. So this is how I use the Jan page. But for Feb, I'm not going to continue this because I don't find much value in this. Though it looks pretty colorful, though every day I get to do something creative, I loved doing it, but I felt like I didn't have an actual space to write on the birthdays, and I missed so many birthdays in Jan. So I don't want to repeat that. So maybe I will be adding birthdays for Feb. Birthdays, important appointments, anniversaries or something. And in case I don't feel like adding them, I will add them in my desk calendar. So this is the allegiance of a desk calendar that I have currently. So I will add the birthdays there, so at least remember them. So still not figured out yet. Either I'll be using it as creative as Jan, or maybe for birthdays. And in case when I don't have birthdays appointments on those days, I can get creative. So this, I haven't decided on how exactly I'm using this. In case you are using this particular monthly OU page for different purposes, let me know. I also have a plan to use this as my content calendar, because that is something I failed miserably in Jan. So maybe I can plan the days I want to shoot, the days I want to prepare the content, the days I want to edit and upload. So as a content calendar also I might use it, but again I will share those details to you again in the next plan with me video. But this is how my Jan overview was. Next we have the tracking goals page. Before we jump on to the Feb goals, let's see how Jan goals were. Okay, so these were my Jan goals. So starting with health and fitness, going to bed by 11:30 p.m. 5 days a week was my goal. I did track these in my habit tracker actually. So I do have some of them tracked here already. So based on this, I have written actually how many days did I do them. So that's what is updated in this goals page. So if you see here, week 1, I had 4 days, 11:30 p.m. bedtime. Week 2, 5 days, which is good. So pretty much it started off very well. But week 3, 4, 5, it actually drastically dropped. So I will be tweaking this particular goal a bit different for Feb. Now for the progress updating, let's see, I did only 2 out of 4 weeks or 5 weeks. So I will be updating the progress as for 4 boxes. So that's the progress that I have. And then start reading a book. So aim to complete half a book. As I said, I haven't completed half a book yet, but I did complete quarter. So which is half of this. So let's update that. So marking this progress, I'm just randomly counting. Like this is 5 boxes. So I have completed half of this. So I have filled 5 boxes here. So based on your goals, you can update it. And then finances, say 5K. So this is something I did completely. So I'm just marking it done. And then career. So this is something which is 0. I did not spend some time for Power BI. I did spend few minutes maybe, but not 1 hour every day. So I don't want to update any progress there. And then friends and family. I've written get to meet friends. I don't know when I wrote this, but in Jan, I did not meet any of my friends. So I really missed that. But yeah, I did not do it. And then coming to other relationship, here what I have written is about my stationery wonders page, what I want to do. I actually wanted to prepare a list of all the products that I have, but I did not even take a single step towards it. So that is also not accomplished. And then spiritual prayer journal. Okay, this is something I wanted to do on a weekly basis. If you guys saw my previous video, I have shared the different journals or planners that I will be using, which includes a prayer journal where you can write your weekly prayers and gratitude. So I did use it every week. For the first week I did not, but second week I did it on 2 days, and somehow all the 4 weeks I have done already. So this is 100%. And then giving a contribution. So here figure out on causes I want to contribute. I did figure out on a couple of them, but not completely, and not, I don't have any specific goals also. So I'm just marking 2 boxes. And then fun and recreation, art journaling, I did not do even for 1. And then last I have environment, reset personal space once a week. This is something I did. So this is 100%. So this is how my tracking goals looks like. Now I have a basic idea of what works and what doesn't. So based on this, I will be updating the Feb goals. Maybe I will tweak a bit. So let's do it. First, let's add a little color to make it look prettier. I'm just having only 1 goal because I know if I add more, I'm not going to do it. So you know about yourself more than anybody does. So based on that, please do update. Don't overwhelm yourself. I understand some pages will be overwhelming, but be kind to yourself, guys. Oh, it's all pink. I've also kept this bookmark here, which is pink. Now let's start writing. So from go to bed by 11:30, I'm going to change it to go to bed before 12 a.m. and 3 times a week. So this is how you're going to adjust everything. Now let's see the next. Start reading a book. complete a book. This will be the only goal which I increase because I really want to complete one book. Let's see how it goes. Finances, I'm going to keep it the same, which is saving 5k for emergency fund. And for career, last time I actually determined on what I have to do, but now I'm going to just keep it as 30 minutes of deep work. And that's going to be 3 times a week. So let's see if I am able to achieve this at least. And for friends and family, I'm going to write meal time with family. So for other relationships, as I said, I'm going to write it related to stationery wonders, and that's going to be uploading 1 reel a week. For spiritual, I'm just going to continue the same, which is prayer journal 1 time a week. For giving and contribution, I'm going to set aside 5k. For fun and recreation, this time I'm going to write calligraphy. And for environment, I'm going to just write the same, resetting my personal space 1 time a week. So that's pretty much it. You guys know I'm not a fan of level 10, but I'm just giving it a try. Jan I did, so you saw how it worked, and for Feb, let's see how it goes. Once this is done, the last thing that we'll have to do is writing your habits that you want to track. Again, the same way, I'm just adding some brush pen to enhance the look here. I'm randomly picking color, guys. I'll write and come back. So I updated all the habits that I want to track, which includes 12 habits. I understand it might be overwhelming, but all that I've written here is either from this page, from my goals tracking page, or it is from this page. So there's nothing apart from that I have added. So I think I'm fine to go with this. And this page I actually maintain to track my weight. Apart from that, I haven't used this for anything else. Maybe in case we do any 7 days or 21-day challenge, we can use this. And then it's your meal tracker and other stuff. So there's nothing much that we have to do right now. And once all this is done, after the month ends, one important page which has to be updated is year in months. So don't forget you had something like this in your planner. So make sure to have this in your to-do list for the month end, and then you can do it. Like once Jan ends, I will be updating all of the details here. So I thought to give you a reminder. Apart from this, I have been regularly updating the tracker in this planner as well as in my planner. So this is the planner that I have designed. So I have updated the front page with some cute stickers, and let's go to the tracker. So this is how the trackers looks now. The Rate My Day tracker, spiritual tracker. So as I said, I started journaling and then I did only reading, and a few days I did not do any of that. I was maybe not in a good phase that time. And I again bounced back to reading, and hopefully I start journaling again soon. And health tracker, overall it wasn't an extremely good month, but then this is how it is. And shower tracker, dream tracker, sleep tracker. I did have really good sleep. Maybe reading tracker, again you can see how poor it was. I did read a couple of days consistently here, and then I'm still not completely consistent. Maybe that's the reason I could finish only 25% of the book. I should increase it definitely in Feb to complete the book. And weather tracker, mood is all over the place. Water tracker, not so good, but few days I did drink 2 liter plus water, for which I'm grateful, but I have to definitely improve. Not a very good progress. And fruits or vegetable tracker, kind of okayish. And this tracker was really helpful, guys. Sometimes I actually miss paying my bills, or sometimes I get doubt if I actually did pay it already. So this gave me a very good visibility of did I pay or no. So this was really helpful for Jan, and hopefully it is the same for Feb as well. So that's pretty much about it. I haven't shared a couple of trackers because they had more personal info and all. But yeah, this is almost every tracker, and there are a few more. In case you want to see all the trackers that we have in this particular planner, you can check my video. I will link it up in the description or add it up here also. And this planner printable is available for just 200 rupees. In case you're interested, even now you can start. We have just completed 1 month and still have 11 more months, guys. If you're interested, you can DM me on Instagram for this, or you can also send me an email. Both the details will be in the description. And that's pretty much it about the Feb plan with me. So that's it about the plan with me video. I hope you found this video really helpful. In case you did, please let me know in the comments, or if you have any other feedback to make it better, please let me know in the comments. If you like this video, please hit that like button, because that will help me understand how many of you are actually interested in this type of content, and it will motivate me to make even such more content. And it will also help this video reach more people. So please hit that like button and hype this video if you really love it. And I'll see you soon, hopefully the next week, in another video. Until then, it's Tata bye-bye from Benny. Spread love, spread smiles. Keep going. Bye.